السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أعزائي طلبة بريب 1 or grade 7. هنتكلم في الفيديو ده عن the polygons. The polygon is a closed shape formed from line segments, at least 3 line segments. There are 2 conditions. It must be closed and it must form from line segment. Let's see the shapes. The first shape, it is not a polygon because it has a curve. It's closed but it has a curve, then it is not a polygon. Now the second shape, it's formed from line segment but it's open, then it's also not a polygon. The third shape, it's a polygon because it's closed and it's formed from line segment. At least have 3 line segments. Now let's see how can we name the polygons. We name the polygons according to the number of its sides. For example, we name the triangle as a triangle because it has 3 line segments or 3 sides. The line segment in the polygon is called a side or it's called a leg. The triangle has 3 sides or 3 legs. The quadrilateral, 4 sides or 4 legs. Pentagon, which has 5 sides or 5 legs. Hexagon, 6 sides. Heptagon, 7 sides, and finally octagon, which is 8 sides. But attention, the number of sides of any polygon must be equal the number of vertices and the number of angles. The triangle has 3 sides, 3 vertices, 3 angles. The quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 vertices, 4 angles. Pentagon has 5 sides, 5 vertices, 5 angles, and so on. But if you put the word regular before the name of the polygon, then we talk about equal in angles and equal in sides. For example, the regular triangle. The regular triangle is a triangle which the 3 sides equal in length, the 3 angles equal in measure. We called it a equilateral triangle. The quadrilateral. The regular quadrilateral is called a square which has 4 sides equal in length, 4 angles equal in measure. And the pentagon, the regular pentagon has 5 sides equal in length, 5 angles equal in measure, and regular hexagon, regular heptagon, and also regular octagon, which has all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. We can also classify these polygons into 2 types. The first type, which is the convex polygon and the concave polygon. Convex, concave. What is the difference between the convex and the concave polygon? We can say the first polygon, it's a convex polygon. The convex polygon, if we extend any side of the convex polygon, the all other vertices will be in the same side from the polygon. Just like if we extend, for example, this side. Notice what? Notice that the other vertices, all the other vertices will be in the same side from this straight line. And notice this angle and this angle are called exterior angles. But the concave polygon, if we extend, for example, that side and make a straight line, then notice what? We have some of the other vertices in this side and some of the vertices in the other side. Then we call it a concave polygon. We can say it in another way, that the convex polygon, all its angles are acute, right, or obtuse angle. Acute, right, obtuse. But the concave polygon must have at least 1 reflex angle. Then all the angles of the convex polygon, all of them are acute, right, or obtuse, but in the concave must have at least 1 reflex angle. At least 1 reflex angle. And that's the difference between the convex polygon and the concave polygon. And now let's find the rule to find the sum of the angles of any polygon. First, we knew that the sum of the angles of the triangle is 180 degree. Then the triangle, it's one triangle, then 1 multiply 180 is equal 180 degree. So how can we find the quadrilateral? The sum of the angles of the quadrilateral. We can divide this quadrilateral into two triangles. Then we have two triangles. We can find the sum of its angles by two triangles. The one triangle is 180 degree. 2 multiply 180, then it's 360 degree. And so in the pentagon. In the pentagon, we can divide it into three triangles. Then there are three triangles. The sum of one triangle is 180 degree. 3 multiply 180 degree is equal to 540 degree. If you note, you will find that always the number of triangles in the polygon always less than the number of sides by 2. The first, the triangle has 3 sides, one triangle. The quadrilateral, 4 sides, 2 triangles. The pentagon, 5 sides, 3 triangles. Then we can deduce the rule, which is the number of triangles always be n minus 2, n minus 2. N refers to the number of sides of the polygon. N minus 2 all multiply the sum of angles of one triangle, which is 180, and that is the rule. N minus 2 all multiply 180. N refers to the number of sides of the polygon. Let's apply this rule on the other polygons. For example, the hexagon. The hexagon, 6 sides. It means we will replace n by 6. Then we will replace n by 6. It means 6 minus 2 all multiply 180. It's equal 720 degree. And for the heptagon, heptagon is 7. N is equal 7. Then n minus 2, which is 7 minus 2, 5 multiply 180 degree, which is equal 900 degree. And finally the octagon. The octagon has 8 sides. Then n equal 8. 8 minus 2 all multiply 180 degree, which is 1080 degree. But attention, we said that the regular polygon has the sides are equal in length and the angles equal in measure. Now, if we need to find the measure of one angle of the regular polygon, all we need to do is the same rule by dividing by n. N, the number of sides. And also the number of angles. Then we find the sum of all angles divided by the number of angles, which is also n. Then the rule will be n, the regular polygon. N, the regular polygon. N minus 2 all multiply 180, the sum of all angles divided by n, which is the number of angles. For example, we will take just one example on the octagon. The octagon, n equal 8. The number of angles equals the number of sides, which is equal 8. 8 minus 2, n minus 2, 8 minus 2 multiply 180 all divided by n, which is 8, is equal to 135. Then in the regular octagon, the measure of each angle is equal 135 degree. Now we will talk about the quadrilateral and the famous names or the famous types of the quadrilateral. Let's begin. The first quadrilateral we knew is the trapezium. The trapezium is a quadrilateral which has 2 parallel sides. That's all its property. It has just 2 parallel sides, which is AD in this figure. AD is parallel to CB. And that is the trapezium. 2 parallel sides. And the second quadrilateral is the parallelogram. And let's see what is the properties of the parallelogram. The parallelogram, the first property, each 2 opposite sides are equal in length. Each 2 opposite sides are equal in length. It means AD is equal to CB, and also AB is equal CD. Second property, each 2 opposite sides are parallel. Each 2 opposite sides are equal in length and also they are parallel. And let's see that the line segment AD is parallel to the line segment CB, and the line segment AB is parallel to the line segment CD. And that is the second property. The third property, each two opposite angles are equal in measure. Each two opposite angles are equal in measure. You will see that measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle C, and measure of angle D is equal to measure of angle B. And the fourth property, each two consecutive angles, their sum 180 degree. The two consecutive angles, their sum 180 degree. It means measure of angle A plus measure of angle B, all 180 degree. Measure of angle B plus measure of angle C, 180 degree. Measure of angle C plus measure of angle D is equal 180 degree. And finally, measure of angle D plus measure of angle A, also 180 degree. And the last property, which is the two diagonals bisect each other. The two diagonals bisect each other. The two diagonals, the point M is the midpoint of AC, and it's also M is the midpoint of DB. It means all the two diagonals bisect each other. Each one of them divided the other into two equal halves. And now let's see another quadrilaterals. We will talk about two quadrilaterals. The rectangle and the rhombus. That is the rectangle, and also that is the rhombus. The rectangle and the rhombus has the same properties of the parallelogram, because they are a parallelogram. They are, the two figures are also parallelogram, but with an extra properties. What is the extra properties of the rectangle and the extra properties of the rhombus? The rectangle, we said that it's a parallelogram. The first extra property is one of its angles is right angle. And if we say that one of its angles is right, then the all angles are right. Because if measure of angle A is 90 degree, therefore measure of angle C also right 90 degree. And then the sum of two angles are 180, then 90 degree, the other will be 90, and the fourth will be 90. One is a right angle, then the other four angles are right angles. Then measure of angle A is equal measure of angle B is equal measure of angle C is equal measure of angle D, which is equal 190 degree. And also there is another property, which is the two diagonals equal in length. The two diagonals of the rectangle are equal in length. AC is equal BD. And the rhombus, in the rhombus there are some extra properties, which is all the sides are equal in length. All the sides are equal in length. That is AB is equal BC is equal CD is equal DA. All the sides are equal in length. And also the two diagonals perpendicular, not equal in length but perpendicular, which is orthogonal. Perpendicular or orthogonal. Then the two diagonals are perpendicular. And the last extra property, which is the two diagonals perpendicular and bisect the angles of the vertices. It means AC bisect measure of angle A and also bisect measure of angle B, and also CD bisect measure of angle D and measure of angle C. Bisect means divided it into two equal halves. And finally, if we need to talk about the square has all the properties of the parallelogram and also the properties of the rectangle and the properties of the rhombus. All the properties we have just said exist in the square. A parallelogram has all the properties of the rhombus and all the properties of the rectangle. وبكده نكون خلصنا الفيديو ده عن درس البوليجونز. يا رب اكون وصلت المعلومه بشكل كويس، واتمنى تكونوا برضو استفدتوا من الفيديو ده، وان شاء الله نكمل الفيديوهات الجايه. السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.